What's up, my reseller friends? My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and one of my specialties is Barbie. I love selling all things Barbie, and in this video, I am going to talk about reselling the Holiday Barbie. I get asked questions about her all the time. So in this video, I am just going to go over everything about reselling the Holiday Barbie in detail. What is the Holiday Barbie? So every year since 1988, Mattel has released a new Holiday Barbie. She always has an extravagant gown, is absolutely stunning, and comes in fancy packaging, which is larger in size than your average Barbie box. She has a too fancy to open appeal to her. She was always very popular in the 90s. And most of us know somebody who owned one of these dolls. Maybe it was your mom, your grandma, your aunt, somebody. And I really hate to say this, but a lot of the women who collected these dolls in the 90s are slowly starting to pass away. So it's very common that you're gonna find these dolls at estate sales, yard sales, thrift stores. And since these were too pretty to play with, you're more likely going to find a Holiday Barbie in its box versus opened and played with. Which leads me to this next question. What is she worth? There are actually a few Holiday Barbies that are worth some decent money. If you find the first doll from 1998, you can get anywhere from $60 to $150 in the box, or $15 to $25 pre-owned. This is a doll you need to be on the lookout for. I personally have never found her. In 2005, Mattel had different versions of the Holiday Barbie. If you can find the Bob Mackie green dress version, you can get anywhere from $30 to $80 for her. And then also the burgundy dress doll from 2002 is also sought after in the Barbie world. Now let's talk about the other holiday dolls. Here I have looked up the 1993 Holiday Barbie. I have narrowed down my search by brand new, buy it now, and lowest first. A total of 509 listings came up. Looking up the price for your current competitor can be just as important as looking up sold comps. But let's look at the solds. I've searched by recently ended, and though the comps don't look too bad, there were only 98 sold. So there are 509 available, but only 98 sold. I don't think she is worth picking up, but I'll let you be the judge of that. I was gonna show you some more of these dolls, but they're pretty much the same, going all the way up to 2022. Prices may be a little bit higher or lower, but not by much. Some actually have a really high supply, like the 1997 Holiday Barbie has over 1,600 listings, but only 60 sold. This doll actually has a misprint on some of them. Sorry, but those misprints aren't that rare. Next question. Do I think that you should be buying these Holiday Barbies to resell? And the short answer is no. Unless you can grab these dolls for $5 or less, they just aren't really worth your time. But it's really hard to find these out in the wild for under $5 because most people believe that they are worth more, so they're normally asking for more. And in a lot of situations, you're gonna see them for sale out there for more than what they're going for on eBay. But as far as picking these dolls up go, another thing that you have to keep into consideration is shipping. These dolls come in an oversized packaging box that is really hard to find a good shipping box for it. That Barbie collector who buys your doll is going to have very high expectations for the way that you ship her. You're gonna have to use lots of bubble wrap, and you're gonna have to find that right size box that's not too big, not too small. And if you ship it USPS ground, you're gonna end up spending anywhere between $15 to $20 on shipping, and that doesn't even include supplies. So most of the money that the buyer is paying for this doll is going all into shipping. That is just something that I don't want to have to deal with. I like to compare these Holiday Barbies to the Disney VHSs or Beanie Babies. It's the kind of item that people believe are worth more, but in reality, it's just not. These dolls were widely produced, and they still are widely produced to this day. Mattel does have certain dolls that they like to make more rare and collectible, But the Holiday Barbie is just not one of those things. It's just the type of doll that they widely produce because it's always a good seller every year. Any child or even adult who loves Barbie would be super happy to open one of those dolls up for Christmas. It's just a really great Christmas gift, and they just make sure that it's widely available to everybody. But because they do that, the market is just filled with them, and they're just not made for reselling purposes. But I also must warn you to be careful, because there are a lot of dolls out there that are worth some good money that kind of look like these holiday dolls. So if you're out there in the wild and you find them, just carefully look at the name of the doll that's on the packaging and look it up, because there is a chance that this could not be a Holiday Barbie and it is worth something. So I would hate for you to lose out on an awesome find just because you think it might be the Holiday Barbie. So let's just say that you already have this doll. Should you even bother listing it? If it were me, I would say yes. I would still list the doll. However, I believe that I would probably either open the doll and sell her as new but opened, or I would just sell her dress and her accessories separately. And I do believe that upon doing this, you could still make a small profit of maybe somewhere between $10 to $15. And also, these holiday dolls do actually sell pretty good in Europe. So I would make sure that if you are selling these, that you have international shipping turned on. So just to close up this video, I want to just remind you that supply and demand is always changing. Don't always just believe everything you hear on YouTube. You never know, maybe in a couple months, the supply will go down and the price will go up on some of these dolls. So I always recommend, if you're in a situation where you're able to look things up before purchasing them, do it, because you just never know what can change. Maybe after this video comes out, maybe more people will stop buying the Holiday Barbie and then it'll bring it up in value. You just never know which way the market's gonna go. But I will just say, for the way it has been for several years now, it has consistently been staying this way. And I will show you my absolute all-time favorite Holiday Barbie. This is her. I think that the reason why she's my favorite is because, one, she's wearing a pink holiday dress. I mean, come on, it's a pink holiday dress. I'm all for it. And then also, when I was a little girl, I used to collect these Barbies, and I would have them up on display in my room, but I never got this one. And when I would go to my cousin's house, she had this doll displayed, and this was before eBay. This was before it was easy to go online and find dolls. So it was like, I was never gonna have her because I missed out on that year, but she had her, and I was really jealous. And every time I go to her house, I would look at her shelf and at her doll, and I'd be a big baby and be like, I wish I had that doll. But now I have her. I actually got her in I had purchased a lot of dolls, and she came in it, and I was just like, I'm keeping this one for me. And I don't always do that. I have very few dolls that I keep for myself. I love owning them for a little bit, and then once I ship them out, like, I'm fine with it. But this was just one that I wanted to keep. So if you like a content about reselling Barbies online, please follow my channel, subscribe. I have so many awesome videos about Barbie. Now, I'm not that type of reseller that goes and buys out all of the hot new Barbie that came out so that all the other Barbie collectors can't get any. I don't do that. I just buy and sell used Barbies that I find at yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales, or even new in the box. But I don't really do that whole retail entourage thing. It's just not for me. So yeah, I just have so much information on my channel all about Barbie. I actually just posted maybe about a month or so ago a whole 50-minute video all about tips and tricks for selling these dolls on eBay. So please check out my channel if this is stuff that you're interested in hearing about. And I also am an everything seller. I love to sell clothes, media, anything pop culture, collectibles. So I have a lot of really great information, and I have been selling on eBay, Posh and Mercari for maybe about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm pretty good at it. So I think I do have some really good information out there for everybody. But never forget, when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.